The information and evidence continues to grow. Many experts convince violent video games have a negative impact on teenagers. They become isolated, temperamental, and aggressive.
Gaming disorder as a mental health condition.
Video games could cause mental health problems, a new report is saying.
And most experts agree there needs to be more research on the effectiveness of the games. The National Institute of Health is now conducting a study.
There seems to have always been this strange connection between gaming and negative mental health. Depression and anxiety are oftentimes the first topics that are brought up whenever a teen is playing a violent video game. For many, gaming is a part of people's lives. It's entertainment with a good story. It's a good way for friends to connect with each other. If they're miles away or countries apart, they can still play some of these amazing games. And for a lot of us, it's a part of how we manage stress. But mental health and gaming can intersect in ways that we don't always think about. And when they are brought up together, it's often in a negative or potentially harmful way. This has been a video I've wanted to make on the channel for well over a year by now, and I knew I always wanted a licensed professional to help with it, as someone who knows more about mental health and gaming. That's why I partnered up with Dr. Goku, the co-founder of Guardians Mental Health, or Guardians MH. They're a nonprofit that works directly within gaming communities to promote mental health and provide support in unique ways.
My name is Dr. Goku. That's my online name. Most people know me as that. Real name is Dr. Jean-Luc Williams. I am a licensed clinical psychologist in New Brunswick, Canada. We are a 501c3. It's a registered nonprofit in the US, where we focus on providing tools, awareness, strategies, awareness for the gaming community for mental health.
Mental health is a topic that's been discussed for years, but only more recently are people starting to feel more open with talking about it. The National Institute of Mental Health estimates that roughly 59.3 million Americans live with a mental illness. That's roughly 1 in 5 Americans. Those numbers weren't seen before. And this isn't just a problem in America, and it certainly isn't a problem for just teens and young adults. People worldwide are starting to express an interest in seeing the importance of mental health. It used to be impossible for people to talk openly about it. Many seem to view it as a taboo topic. But now, with many starting to open up about what's going on in their lives and the thoughts that they're having, mental health is starting to be taken more seriously than ever before. Granted, there's still much that needs to be done, including more resources, services, and understanding from those who don't have any of these mental illnesses, but that's for other YouTube channels to cover. Mental health in the gaming world has primarily been seen as something negative. We've all heard that video games cause violence.
Studies has shown that no, it does not cause violence. It can increase aggression, but it does not cause violence.
But when it actually comes to mental health and gaming, I'll be honest, it's kind of a mixed bag. Those news stories from the beginning all link video games leading to depression or loneliness because of how isolating it is. And to a degree, I think they're right. As with anything, it's all about how certain resources and tools are used. Used in excess, and anything can become an addiction. Only a few years ago, gaming addiction was recognized by the World Health Organization. But this isn't to bash gaming, because gaming isn't the problem. But like anything, the way we use it can either help us or make things harder. Many come home after a long day's work or from school and play a game because it's a nice way for them to de-stress. Log on for a few hours, eat a good meal, head to bed. There is nothing wrong with that. In fact, it's actually been proven that this is healthy. Taking a break that's good for you has proven to lead to more creative minds, more energy, and increased productivity. But if you're playing these games for hours on end, this is where the isolation comes into play.
A field has greatly evolved, even if we look back to like the 70s and one flew over a cuckoo's nest.
Mm-hmm.
Things have greatly changed, but people still have these preconceived notions in the same way that they have these preconceived notions about mental health or about video games, because again, it brings about that moral panic, a widespread feeling of fear that generally comes about from something that a society feels or community feels that it threatens their values, their interests, their well-being. But generally, this fear is very irrational.
Mental health is important. I'm sure we all agree on that. It's important to take care of yourself. But how can we do that? In the description, there's resources for you to reach out if you feel like you need an expert's help. But that might not be for you, and that's totally fine. I love Guardians MH because of the way they support others. They have mental health packets, all with wonderful tools and resources for you to use right now. And if you look everywhere in this video, you're not going to find #ad or sponsorship anywhere. They're not paying me to say any of this. I just love these packets and the tools that are in them. And they have tons of these available on their website, including some PDFs if you want them right now.
Our main programs are our mental health kits. We have the digital versions that anyone can get either online, they can get it through our app, or you can get it a physical one in conventions, or you can request one from our website. What is included in the kits is a variety of resources, tools, fidget items that are all evidence-based. So they're built by mental health professionals or validated by other mental health professionals. So we've worked with psychologists, social workers, licensed therapists throughout the US, Canada, kind of around the world to make sure that what is inside the kit is something that we would provide our day-to-day clients. They're not a replacement for therapy, but more so to be used in conjunction with a therapist or to help someone build their self-care toolkit.
Sometimes the best thing you can do is just grab a cup of coffee and talk with friends of yours. You've mainly seen the game Coffee Talk being used for this video, and that's intentional. It's part of what inspired this video in the first place. My friends and I noticed we weren't catching up as often as we were before college. So we decided to catch up over coffee and went to a classic coffee shop. And not one of those little Starbucks or big time ones, just a generic hole in the wall. Over time, we kept going to the same coffee shop to talk openly and genuinely about what's been going on. We even call it Coffee Talk when we go out. Mental health and gaming are not enemies, but they're not really friends with each other either. They're just connected. And we need to talk more about that connection. You matter. Your mind matters. The way you play and the way you live both deserve care.
One of the things we like to say at Guardians, and it's kind of part of a lot of our branding, is that you are not alone. 1, we are human. 2, we are gamers. 3, we are part of a greater community that, yeah, can be toxic at times, but is generally very inviting. The fact that you're struggling doesn't mean that you're struggling alone. Other people have gone through or are going through similar things that you are. May not be the same, but they can relate. Just because someone hasn't gone through the exact same things doesn't mean that they can't be a shoulder to cry on or have an ear to listen. And I know it's scary and it's difficult to just think about opening up, but doing so is, again, that first step. It's getting up and getting that ball rolling. If you want to go seek professional help, again, with the Guardians MH app or even talking with us, we'd be happy to help find you someone or help guide you to some of the resources that can help you find someone.
If you're struggling, please check out the links below. There are lots of resources available for you right now, including some that are free and anonymous. There's also a lot from Guardians MH where you can get help. A huge thank you to Dr. Goku over at Guardians MH. It was an honor to talk with him and learn more about mental health from an expert in that field. You can find him from the tags on screen or through the links in the description. We talked a lot about mental health, including some games that can help you and present mental health in a positive way. And this is usually the part of the video where I ask a question, but what if we do this instead? In the comments, write down your favorite methods for checking in on yourself or others. It can be a certain game or activity you enjoy. I mean, who knows? These methods may just help out someone who really needs them in that moment. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching this video, and remember to chase the chaos.